to hear from is someone that I respect in the biggest way. She fires me up. She motivates me because not only is she amazing in the business, but her heart, her belief systems, who she is, why she was attracted here, resonates on so many levels. And I'm just really excited for you guys to be able to get poured in by her. This woman is absolutely amazing. So I feel fortunate to be able to call her a friend and have been able to build a relationship with her over the last, I don't even know how long it's been, but it's been a while. Is it less than a year, BobbiJo?
It's just a year.
All right, I figured it was like right at a year. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to BobbiJo. BobbiJo, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for doing this for the team. Over to you, young lady.
Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you. You guys, I really have to take a second to shout Chris out because most of you guys know how amazing he is if you tune into any kind of conference or Zoom call that we have. But like he said, I really have gotten the chance to get to know him and to know, his heart and to know his family. I've gotten to meet his family, and he's just such an amazing human that we are blessed to be able to partner with him. But like he said, to call him our friend and family is even more of a blessing than I think we even realize. So Chris, thank you for always being who you are and showing up for all of us and helping us to be better in everyday life, not just in business, but just every day. So thank you for that. You guys, I'm really excited to be here with you. As you can see, my screen says Chris Schweda. I did log in as him, but I'm BobbiJo Norris. So if you guys don't know who I am, that's my name. I've been in this industry for 9 years, you guys. I'm coming up on my 9-year marker in November. And I started in this industry, just to give you a little background of myself, I started in this industry to become more financially free. So just so you guys know, I'm a very interactive person when it comes to trainings. So you're going to have to talk to me on the chat, and I will be able to keep up and do all the things with that because for me, I just want you guys to know that I am about passion. I am about heart. I'm about integrity. I'm about transparency and keeping it real, but I'm also about hustle. I grew up having nothing. I grew up very, very poor. I grew up in a single mom home, and my mom has always battled alcohol. She's an alcoholic. And so for me, I grew up very quickly, and I knew what hard work looked like since the day that I was probably born. And I want to share that with you guys. The reason I share that with you guys is because I started in this industry so that I didn't have to create a lack life for my daughter. When she was born, we were robbing Peter to pay Paul. We didn't have health insurance. It was a struggle. And my husband was busting his tail, working full time. So if any of you guys can relate to that, I would love to see you put me in the comments because struggle comes on all different levels. Some of you signed up here because you love the product. Some of you sign up because you had this amazing, powerful, impactful story on your first cup. And some of you signed up because you just need a little bit more, right? Some of you just need a little bit more to get by, to take care of your family or even yourself. And some of you signed up because you're like, my mental health and my wanting to provide more starts with me, right? And so that's all of me. In this industry, as I've walked through 9 years of being here, I grew up loving health and fitness. So I have my personal training certificate. I have coached and trained people in their health and mindset for years. And I will touch on a lot of that today. A lot of what you hear me share, analogies and things like that, are going to be correlated with fitness because it's just who I am. So I'm a mom, I'm married. I live in Florida. I'm originally from Wisconsin, and I hate winter. So if you don't like the cold or the snow, please give me a 1 because I'm you. We can relate right there, right? So at about a year ago, go Wisconsin, Scott. That's awesome. At about a year ago, I joined Elevosity, and you guys, like I said, I have had a really interesting journey in this industry. I have built huge teams. I've had massive success. My teams have had massive success. But one thing I'm going to share with you guys, which you'll hear a lot about today, is I will never, ever change my morals and my values for $1. And while I was traveling through this industry, I saw a lot of leadership, let's quote that in leadership, they would say things or do things that would hurt people. And I was never going to be that person. And so when I was looking at Elevosity as being an option, that mattered to me. That mattered to me, that there were going to be good leaders leading the way, creating the path for all of us, whether you are here for $200 a month or you're here for $10,000 a month. It doesn't matter. Knowing that you have a solid foundation in the leadership and the corporate staff that we have here is absolutely beautiful, because you don't find that anywhere else. So when I said yes to Elevosity, that was something that mattered to me. Also, having an impactful product mattered to me. How many of you guys had a story off of your first cup of coffee, or, Zest, or whatever the case may be, right? How many of you guys have had a story off your first cup? I see a couple of hands. That's awesome. And that is what we have, right? We have integrity-filled leadership. We have heart-driven corporate staff. We have a team of people behind us that support us and care about us. But more importantly, we have a beautiful product that everybody in this world needs, especially right now during this time. So how I got started is Karlie Foster is a friend of mine, and she was posting about this crazy coffee on Facebook. You guys, Facebook and social media are where I mostly build my business, so I will touch on a lot of that today as we go through everything. And if something resonates with you, I hope that you take it and you put it into action. If it doesn't resonate with you, I pray that you will find peace and you will find encouragement and you will find the fire that you need to press through whatever barrier you are putting around your story right now. So I saw Karlie posting on Facebook and I was like laughing behind the scenes, because how gimmicky did it sound to have a cup of coffee that makes you happy? First of all, you guys, I never even drank coffee. So we'll just start with that. And I was laughing at her post, and she posted something and one sentence stood out to me, and I commented on her post, and here we are. Right? So you guys, I just want you to remember that when you're posting on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, or whatever it is that you use, that you are authentically you at all times, right? Don't steal someone else's story and try to make it don't steal their story word for word and just say, oh, that's a really good post, I'm going to use that. Don't do that, please. Because you need to authentically be yourself, and you need to be transparent, because if Karlie wouldn't have posted that one post, maybe I wouldn't be here. It was that one post that spoke to me. So never forget to be authentically you at all times. So, all right, let's get started. What do you do when you first get started? If you are brand new and you're like your first month or first couple of weeks here, give me a I am in the comments below. And if you are a vet, I would love to see you say vet in the comments below. Awesome. Welcome everybody that's typing I am. That's beautiful. So when you get started, there's a reason why you start, right? There's a reason why you said yes. Either you love the product, you need more money, you're tired of struggling, you're just like, hey, I could do this. I can share this product because of what it's done for me. I know it can impact my mom, my grandma, my sister, my best friend, my neighbor next door, and their dad. Like, you start rambling off all these people in your head, and you're just like, I know this product can share or change so many lives, right? Hold on, give me a second. You guys, just so you know, I am a squirrel when it comes to unmuters. So if I kind of lose my way, just comment in the comment section where I was at. All right, so when you come in here, you start with a reason why, right? And that's what people want to hear. They want to hear your story. They want to know what your story is and why you said yes. So sharing our story is the first thing that we want to do. We want to figure out what it is that brought us here, that made us say yes, that attracted us to what is going on here, right? We want to figure that out, and we want to make sure that we are sharing that authentically and transparently on social media. So things like sharing the benefit of the benefit, What has it done for you? What are you excited about? You know, getting back with your upline to figure out how to put that into a really powerful post is going to help launch your business forward. And if you've been here for a while and you haven't put up a post like that recently, it's okay to relaunch, you guys. You should be relaunching your business every 90 days as you are growing your network anyway. So relaunching and sharing your story over and over and over again is what people want to hear. They want to hear the benefit of the benefit. They want to hear what it's done for you. They don't care what happened with Susie down the street. Now that is powerful and I'll get into that, but Susie down the street is not you. They trust you. They came to your page. They watch your posts. They want to hear your voice. They want to know what it's done for you and they want to know why. So sharing a benefit of the benefit, telling people what lights you up. Why did you love the taste? You can't just say, oh my gosh, this tastes so yummy, so delicious. It lights up my brain. How about things like, you guys, I'm no longer depressed laying on the couch, not playing with my children. Those are the stories that bring people in because that's relatable. So if I put up a post and I'm like, hey guys, this coffee is delicious. It helps me focus. That's great. That's wonderful. You may get a couple people to say, I could use some focus, but what if I said to you, you guys, this coffee gets me out of bed in the morning. I look forward to it every day because it helps me focus. It helps me be a better mom. It helps me with my heaping 7 days worth of laundry piles in my laundry room. It helps me do the dishes with no complaints. It helps me clean the house. It helps me homeschool better. Those kinds of things are what are going to draw people in because that is relatable. So getting with your story and sharing your story is super impactful. You don't want to use sciencey words. Like if you're a green personality, listen, I know you love the science. I know you like to do all the research and you like to know all the things, but not everybody is like that. So you don't need to use all the sciencey words because that's not really going to bring people in. Now, if that's a question that they ask you behind the scenes, then go ahead and share it, right? Bring them to a tool, which we will get into. But putting up things that are super sciencey in your post are going to scare people. It's going to scare people because you're basically telling them, like, in order to do what I do, you have to know all the things, and people don't relate to that, okay? Also, you want to touch on a problem and then offer the solution. Use bullet points and use a bright post, a picture of yourself. So when we say things like attraction marketing, we're not saying things like, oh, go and be a robot. We're saying things like, we want you to be you. We want you to share your story. We want you to share the product, but not put up a picture of the product. We want you to hold a coffee mug or hold a water bottle now with the tea, right? We want you to have a beautiful smile on your face. We want them to see you using the product and help them stop the scroll, which is where your story comes into play. So that's number one, is sharing your story, being present, being authentic, being real, being transparent, having fun, sharing the benefit of the benefit, and offering a solution to the problem that you may have faced prior to this product. So when people start to ask questions on your post, this is number two, you don't want to answer people on your post. Why is that? Because if I put up a post and I have 24 questions and I start answering all those people, I could be missing out on question number 25 because they got the answer right from my post. Does that make sense? So I don't want to answer questions on my post, not because I'm hiding anything. You guys aren't hiding anything. You're creating relationships. You can't create a relationship when you're just answering Susie back and you're not even finding out what attracted her to that, right? So when you put up a post and people start asking questions, you're going to take it to Messenger, you're going to take it to text, you're going to take it to, a behind the scenes kind of conversation. And you're going to use our simple words, our simple script that we do. Do you drink coffee or know anyone who does? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, yes, I do drink coffee, or yes, I know somebody who does. And you're going to say, oh my gosh, have you heard of that happy coffee that everyone's talking about? Those 2 questions are so powerful. And if you're not doing them when you're talking to people, I encourage you to make that part of your income producing activity habits. Those questions are what are going to draw people in to say, No, I haven't heard of that happy coffee that everyone's talking about. What is it? And that is when you're going to share a tool. That is when you're going to not spit out all the information on them, talking about the science and the ingredients and all the things. You're going to share a tool with them, and you're going to put them where, you know, a tool can be a video. It can be, you know, the Elevation Blitz page if they're looking for a business. It can be your customer page. It can be a sample. It can be, you know, a text message story. It can be whatever the tool is for you. For me personally, I like to use our customer page because there's tons and tons of testimonials in there. But I want to give you guys a little tip. When people start asking you questions, no, what is it? One of the things I like to do is, oh my gosh, Susie, what drew you in? What part, you know, spoke to you on my post, right? And then Susie's going to say something like, oh, energy, or the fact that I literally can't focus. I've battled with, you know, adult ADD my whole life or whatever. And I can't focus. And I'm like, okay, Susie girl, I have to share these stories with you because they are freaking amazing. I cannot wait for you to see them. I went ahead and I invited you to our group so that I can show you a couple stories that I really think are going to speak to you. I don't ask permission to invite people. So I want you to stand firm on that. You don't need to ask for permission as long as you're having the conversation. Now, just so you know, I don't go and mass add everybody who's on my friends list because that's not okay either, right? You want to make sure that the conversation is being had between you and somebody else. I am talking to you, Susie. That's awesome. You want to make sure that the conversation is being had between you and someone else in order to invite them into the prospect page of customers or business. You don't want to mass add people because that just looks bad. I had to do that in the past in another company, and you guys, it doesn't feel good, and it will destroy your reputation and those trust levels that you absolutely need in order to grow your business, okay? So when they start to say, no, what is it? You know, figure out what they love, figure out what drew them in, and use the tool so that you can tag them on information that will relate to them. That's it. It's very, very simple. You know, share your story, use the script, use the tools that we have. And then lastly, you're going to, like I said, plug them into something, right? You're going to follow up and you're going to plug them in, right? Ask them questions like, hey, Susie, oh my gosh, girl, I invited you to the page. I showed you a couple of different things. I know you really wanted energy. Isn't that crazy about Tiffany and her story and what it did for her energy levels? You totally popped into my heart when you said that you were looking for energy. I had to show you what happened with Tiffany. That's a follow-up. Follow up, be excited, connect, check in. You know, what did you love about XYZ? What resonated with you? And then here's a kicker, guys. You want to listen. You have to listen to people. You have to be open to hearing what people need. People are not transactions. And that's something that, you know, I was taught previously in another company. Just go through the motions, go through the motions. It's all about numbers. It's all about numbers. You guys, listen. You will miss out on so many powerful relationships if you are looking at people as transactions to grow your business. Your business may not grow as fast as someone else, but your foundation and your relationships and your integrity are going to be solid, rock solid, and not shakeable if you do this the right way, okay? So listen to people, right? Listen to what they have to say. Be genuinely interested in helping them because trust is what builds the relationships. You never know what that trust seed is going to turn into in the future. I actually have a girl on my team who planted a seed about a year ago with a potential customer. And that customer had never been interested up until now. My friend continued to water the seed, talk kindly to the seed. She continued to love on the seed. She continued to share in her stories. She continued to post about the products. And then as of a recent interaction, I think it was like a week ago, the woman actually ended up becoming a customer. So what would you do if it took a year for a customer to just turn around and purchase the product from you? Are you willing to put that work and effort into your business in order to have that return? because now that customer may be a customer for life, and you never know what that story will turn into, which could become an entrepreneur, right? So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that sowing seeds is not always about plucking them up and about reaping your harvest instantly. Sowing a seed comes from sharing your story until your face is blue because you think everybody has seen your story and you're so tired of sharing your story. Listen, your story will always evolve. Your story is going to have ups and downs. Your story is going to have ebbs and flows, but sharing your story continuously is where it comes from, so that people know that you are consistently using the products. You are consistently and all into this business, right? They want to see that from you, and that over time builds trust. So let me find out where I am in my notes really quick. Okay, so when I'm talking about trust, let me just also say, trust also comes with your uplines. You have to have an open communication and relationship with your uplines, with the people who are in this business, not just with you, but for you. They're here for you. They're here walking with you. And you have to have open communication. Trust doesn't just come from people outside of, in your network. Trust doesn't just come with you being real and authentic and transparent with the people who are watching you or the people who join you. It also comes with your uplines. And so if you are struggling, you need help, you have a question, you're not sure how to respond, you're like, hey, what do I say now? You must reach out to your uplines. You've got to be open and real and authentic with your uplines. That communication between the two of you or three of you or however many of you also builds trust. And that is so important in your journey here in this business, okay? So if you feel like your uplines, maybe they don't reach out to you as much, it is your job also to reach out to them, right? That is our job as business owners. You need help, you reach out. You've got a question, you reach out. And trust me, over time, that relationship is going to blossom into something so beautiful, but don't hold on to, well, they never check on me. They never do this. They never blah, blah, blah. That is our job to, as a business owner, to reach out and to reach up when we have questions or need help. Okay. Just wanted to throw that out there. Lastly, I want to give a couple of extra tips. So I talked a little bit early. Well, let me go back and just review really quick so you know how to get started. You're going to share your story, right? Be authentic, be real, be transparent. You're going to touch on the problem and offer a solution, share the benefit of the benefit. And you guys, bright pictures work. They don't need to be super filtered or super like over the top, tons of just all the filters. They don't need to do that. You want to be yourself still, right? Just so sit in front of a window or a light like this one that I have back here, have your face lit up, hold the mug, hold the water bottle, hold your kid. It doesn't matter. Just whatever picture is going to help them stop the scroll. That's number one. Number two, use the script, right? Use the script. Do you drink coffee? Do you know anybody who drinks coffee? And then have you heard of that happy coffee that everyone's talking about, right? Those scripts, when I first came here, they were like, that's our simple system. And I'm like, where's the rest of it, right? Because it just seems so freaking simple. And they're like, that's it. And I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that. And you guys, it really does work. So go and do what your uplines are telling you to do, and then be really yourself, right? And use a tool. Make sure you're using a tool. That's number three. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you follow up and connect to the upline, connect to, to yourself, connect them to the link if they're ready to order, whatever that looks like. You know the conversation, the flow that needs to happen. Connect them to the opportunity video or opportunity Zooms that we now have during the week. If they're interested in business, you guys, connect. That is what's going to solidify the relationship building, not just with you, but with other people that they're going to come in and work with. And that is super valuable and important. Okay. So when I'm moving on to a couple extra tips, I just want to share social media is amazing. It's a tool, right? We build, like I said, on social media, but do not copy and paste word for word. If it connects to you, there's a reason why someone's post connects to you. You want to figure out that reason and then find a way to make it your own. be real, be authentic, and always use your own voice. There are certain things that people post from time to time, and I'm like, wow, that is super powerful. Or maybe you're brand new and you're like, I don't really know what to say. I don't really know how to post that. What you're going to do is get inspiration from other posts. And you're going to turn that around and say, okay, here's what resonated with me. Here's how it drew me in. Let me figure out why. Let me figure out how I can take this and put it into my own voice with my own picture. Okay, guys, you don't want to be using other people's pictures either. You want them to see your face and your own beautiful smile, your own beautiful coffee mug, you know, you just having a great day or playing outside with your kids, whatever it is. Do not copy and paste. It hurts you and it hurts the person that you're taking it from, okay? You don't have to be the expert. This is my other tip, which we hear all the time. You don't have to be an expert. You don't need to know every aspect about coffee. You guys, listen, the other day somebody was like, what did they ask me? Where does the coffee come from? And how does it get made? And I'm like, I just drink the coffee and this is what it does for me, guys. Like, you don't have to be the expert. I'm still not the expert and I've been here for a year, okay? All you're doing is sharing a cup of coffee. Right? You're saying something like, I don't really know, isn't going to hurt you. In fact, it makes you look like a human. You're now more relatable than if you actually did know the answer all the time. And if you don't really know the answer, or even if you really do know the answer, you're still going to plug them into a tool that can explain it better than you can. So when people ask me I'm just going to say this, when people ask me all the time, they ask me all the time, what do you eat? You know, how do you work out? I just don't even know what to do. And I just say, you guys have to start at square one. Where I am in my journey is not going to look the same. My fitness journey, where I am in my fitness journey is not going to look the same as where you are currently in your fitness journey, right? So I can give you advice. I can help guide you, but how I do it is not going to be the same as how you do it right now, right? So remember, all of the things, oh, hold on. Told you guys I get turned to a squirrel. All of the things, the tools, the advice, the leadership, the Zooms, the trainings, the customer pages that we have, the conferences, all the things that we have in this business are powerful, but they mean nothing if you don't take action. They mean nothing if you don't actually take the tool and implement it into your everyday life, right? So don't be afraid to say things like, I don't know, or this is how I do it, but I'm going to show you how, you know, like things like, okay, well, I take my coffee like this and like this and like this, but there's a basic way to take your coffee, right? There's a basic way to help people. And if you're brand new, you don't need to know all the things that I do. You don't need to know all the things that Chris Schweda does or Ricky Durant. You guys don't need to know everything. They have been here longer than you. They have more, bigger team than you. They have more influence than you. There's so many things that go along with it. And it's not a bad thing. You can get there, but the only way to get there is just plug along and do the things and take the action and move towards where you want to be. Does that make sense? So don't be the expert. One of the things that I love, I had a conversation with a potential the other day and she said, I don't do health and wellness. And I said, well, that's great. You don't have to do health and wellness to be here. You just have to want to be happier. How many of you guys know how many people want to be happier or could be happier or need to be happier, right?
Yes.
We don't have to be known for just health and wellness or just coffee. We have the ability to create the connection between your mind and your body, which in anything in life is the most powerful connection. Your mind is the most powerful tool that you have in your body. It's the most powerful muscle in your body that creates the day that you have, the focus that you have, the mood that you have. There's so much going on and it starts in your brain. And we have the product that can help create that mind-body connection. So you don't have to know anything. Just drink the coffee and tell people how you feel. Okay? That's it. So I want to talk you guys should know all about sampling. Sampling is something that we do really, really huge in this business. Sampling helps draw people in, helps get people off the fence. It can help create that conversation with people, that new, bold reach out. Hey, Susie, I'm going to use you again, Susie. Hey, Susie, I just wanted to say I'm actually sending out some amazing samples of our happy coffee today. You popped in my mind, girl. I would love to get you one. Shoot me your address. That's a bold reach out. You guys should be doing these all the time, having these conversations with people. Maybe there's somebody who is on your chickens list. Maybe there's somebody, you're brand new and you're like, man, I really want my cousin to get on this stuff and I just don't know what to say. Don't wait for your cousin to come to you. Go to her and do it. Right? Have that confidence in your products, in your company, and go and ask her, hey, I'm sending out samples. You popped in my heart. I want to send you one. What's your address? Right? And then use the tools, the steps that I said earlier to plug them into the group, to get them more stories and to get, you know, Susie that sample. Also using tools like your stories on Facebook or Instagram, polling people on Facebook or Instagram is really huge. I use it every day. There's always a poll in my story. Now, when you're polling people, I don't mean like polling them, like tug of war. I don't mean polling. I mean polling, polling them, right? So when you're polling them, you're going to ask questions like, is this something you're ready to get started on? Oh my gosh, do you resonate with this? And you're going to give 2 positive answers so that they always have a positive to respond to. And then you guys go and talk to the people who commented on your poll. And the beautiful thing is to get conversations generating through Messenger is going to boost your posts on Facebook. So your polls don't always have to be related to business or product. They can be anything. Like, did you do your laundry recently? How do you feel about the weather? Are you guys going back to school or not? You guys, you can poll people about anything. And those conversations that you will be generating through Messenger via polls is going to boost your posts on Facebook. Okay. So I just wanted to share that right now. Also, lastly, and then I'm going to let you guys all go. I want to touch on time blocking because listen, distractions are real in everybody's life. Life happens every single day to us. We have the ability to create the life that we want or to watch it pass us by. And time blocking actually helps us to designate, hold on guys. Okay. Time blocking actually helps us to designate intention into our lives. And I'm not just talking about business, okay? For a second, go with me here. I'm talking about time blocking your entire life on your calendar. So if you're doing part-time with this business, congratulations. If you're doing full-time with this business, congratulations. It doesn't matter how much time you're putting into your business, but you have to ask yourself, am I putting in the time that I want the paycheck for? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Am I putting in time into my business that I'm expecting that paycheck to come back to me for? So if you're working 2 hours a week on your business, you can get to $10,000 a month eventually, but it's not going to happen overnight comparative to somebody who's putting more time into their business per week. Now, I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm not saying that to crack the whip on you guys. I'm saying it to have realistic expectations in and out of your business, okay? You have to set yourself up for success because if you don't set up your expectations the right way, you are going to quit before you even get started. So time blocking, what does it look like? You guys, I literally time block my whole life, day in and day out when it comes to how my day is ran. I wake up early and I time block my health. So if you just heard the water running, my daughter's in the bathroom washing her hands. So I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, somebody's flushing. She's washing her hands. Okay. There's like a no door policy here at our house apparently. So whatever, anybody can relate to that. Okay. So this is real life, guys. Here we go. I time block everything in my life. I time block my health because it matters to me. So literally I wake up, I hit the floor running and I'm off to the gym. That's the first thing that I do before anybody wakes up in the morning. And I give myself space, because if I'm not right, nothing is going to be right. Right? If I'm not right, my head isn't right for my business. My head isn't right for my husband. My head isn't right for my daughter. It's not right. And I control it. We have this really powerful saying in health and fit, or in the fitness field: nobody cares. Go and do it. And I want you to think about that in your business. Nobody cares. Go and do it. And that's not to be negative. It's to empower you to take control over your health and your business. So I time block my health because it matters to me. And it is literally the only thing that most days I can control. If I don't get to the gym, it's my fault. If I don't put good food in, it's my fault. Nobody forced me to eat that cookie. Nobody forced me to, down the ice cream. That was my choice. I did it, right? So I time block my workouts. I time block my food. I time block when I'm going to eat and what I'm going to eat. You guys may think I'm crazy, but I literally write it all down. Hey, Karlie, you keep unmuting, just so you know. I time block everything. When I get home from the gym, I quick take a shower and I go and I work. I do power hours. I work on my business for hour blocks at a time. Okay. So what does your hour look like? It always should be income producing activities. It should not just be scrolling through Facebook. So things like new connections, new friendships, messages, commenting back on old posts that people commented on. Going through your customer page and seeing who you haven't spoken to in a long time, maybe re-tagging them on something. Connecting. That is ultimately going to be what helps your business grow and blossom. So I do time block hours. And you guys, when I do time block hours, I don't do anything else. Okay. So when it's a time block for me to get into stories, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a half hour. I'm going to comment on stories. I'm going to go through polls, and I'm going to be real present in stories. I'm not in Messenger having different conversations with people. I'm not scrolling through Facebook trying to add friends. I'm doing what I set out to do that day. Okay. Or that time block, right? So time blocking my health, time blocking my business, time blocking my family. That's the last thing I want you to do. Your family needs you. Your family needs you to not be a robot just because you sell a product. Your family needs you to be you. They need you to be present. They need you to be aware. They need you to be wholeheartedly impactful to their life, right? And you hold that key, especially mamas. Can I just talk to mamas for a second? We hold that key, you guys. If you are down and you're not feeling your day, your whole house is going to feel that. It takes 2 seconds to pop out a smile, and it takes 30 seconds to figure out, like, oh my gosh, my face. Oh, you burn more muscles by frowning than you do by smiling. And how much more impactful is a smile for your family than a frown? So I want you to be encouraged today, mamas, that you guys hold the key, but it starts with what makes you happy, what impacts you, what drives you. I every night want to go to bed with my head on the pillow, knowing that I was a good business owner. I was a good teammate. I was a good mom. I was a good wife, and I was a good to myself. I want to know that I do that, right? And so the only way I can do that is to time block my day and to make all of those things a priority, and anything else that doesn't serve what I'm trying to accomplish in my goals doesn't have space in my life. So maybe you need to reevaluate your priorities, especially in a time like this. Maybe you need to figure out, I'm giving too much energy to this space. I need to reel that back in and put it over here. It is okay to reevaluate, but again, you need to put action in, because nobody cares. Just go do it. And there's a lot of people who care. Let me just say that, especially in this team, in this company, there's a lot of people who care. But I'm being genuine. I'm being honest with you guys. You hold the key. You have the ability to take action or not. And at the end of the day, it is your choice. So you deserve to serve, you deserve to have your best life. You deserve to serve whatever it is that you're being called to do, but the only person who can do that is you. So I'll close out with just this last thing. In Team Rise page, I have an income producing activity chart. I saw a couple of you guys ask about that. I have an income producing activity chart that's in there. I revamped it, I updated it, and you guys, I print that out every single week and I follow it every single day because business, health, my family matters to me and they're a priority in my life. And if it doesn't serve where I'm trying to go, what I'm trying to accomplish, I don't do it. And until I get to the point where I'm able to have that, you know, like, oh, life is lollipops and rainbows, then I'm not going to do it. And until you get to the place where you feel that everything you want to accomplish and achieve in this life is done, then you need to do the things that require your attention and your space to get there. Okay. So, Bonnie, I don't have the link handy, so I apologize for that. I appreciate you guys. Chris, I'll pass it back over to you. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I thank you so much for allowing me to speak today. I hope you guys got value from this and that you guys feel more encouraged and more empowered, because that's ultimately what we are doing here. We are empowering and encouraging people to have hope, especially in a time like this, and to know that they are loved, they are valued, and you are worthy exactly how you are. So love you guys.
Awesome. As always, another great job. BobbiJo, was I one of the naughty unmuters?
No, you weren't. Karlie was, though. I'm going to have to get her.
I was looking down and I saw like my mute button go mute, unmute when you were talking about muting people. And I'm like, I hope that wasn't me. It's like, I'm yelling at everybody for that. Again, great job, BobbiJo. I know people were asking about those different links that you have in terms of I know you have a chart, which is kind of like how you map out your day, some things to do on Facebook. Again, guys, when anything like this is shared, that doesn't mean that, oh my God, if you're not doing that, you can't do the business. Some people, that stuff really helps them. Some people, it'll actually, you know, overwhelm them. So I just want to be very clear when you hear things on trainings and you hear all this amazing stuff that BobbiJo's doing. If you're doing something or your team's doing something a little different, don't get all distracted. Just do what you're doing and add the things that she shared today, which is all amazing, and go from there. With that, the other thing is that video that you did on the stories. Do you know where that link is?
Yeah, I can send that. I'll send it to the leadership groups so you guys can have it.
Perfect. Again, great job, guys.
BobbiJo, can you just post it in the Team Rise Ellepreneur page? That way everyone here would have access to it.
Yes, ma'am, I sure can.
That'll be even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Y'all rock. Everybody have an awesome day. Again, see everybody on Monday for Mindset Monday. And everybody have an awesome rocking day. Take care, guys. Again, great job, BobbiJo. I'm going to hang up so you can just end the meeting and then that'll end the recording.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Chris.
All right. Bye-bye.